Lesson 5.5 is Fractions and Decimals, Part 1. Our objective is to provide practice with renaming fractions as decimals, and we'll also do some review with rounding decimals. So we're going to take a look at a fraction and also a mixed number and how we would change that into an equivalent decimal. So to do this, we have the fraction 3/4. If we can multiply to find an equivalent fraction with either a 10 or 100 in the denominator, then it will be really easy for us to get equivalent decimals. So I know 4 times 25 equals 100. And whatever I multiply the denominator by, I do the same with the numerator. So times 25 is 75. So 75 hundredths I can write as a decimal, because I know how to write decimals with a hundredths place. If I take the fraction 4/5, 5 times 20 gives me 100. And 4 times 20 is 80. So again, I can write this as a decimal, 80 hundredths. Or I can even leave off the 0 and just have 8 tenths. 6/50ths. I'm going to multiply this time by 2 on the top and bottom. I get 100 for my denominator, and I get 12 for my numerator. 12 hundredths, again as a decimal, would look like this. Now our next one is a mixed number. I already have 2 whole, and so that's going to be like my ones place. But I still need to figure out the decimal. So 9/25. 25 times 4 gives me 100. If I multiply 9 times 24, I get 36. So the fraction part, the 9/25, is 36 hundredths. So I have 2 and 36 hundredths. All right, let's look at another way we can find equivalent decimals. In your math journal, you will see some boxes, and you're asked to shade in parts of the square. So in this square, the solid lines split this into 5 equal parts. They want us to shade in 2/5. So if we shade in 1, 2/5, 2/5 is the same as how many tenths? Well, there would be 4 tenths. And now I know 4 tenths as a decimal, so I can write the equivalent decimal. In this problem, we have 3/4. So my 4 equal pieces are my big blocks. I'm going to shade in 3 of them, so we're shading in this whole part here. How many hundredths is that? Well, 75. And I could go through and count, or I could count by 5s. I could figure out how many are in each of the big boxes to do that. But I know that 75 hundredths is decimal with 75 hundredths.